Hey everyone, it's David and welcome to OcTalk, where we talk about ocarinas. Most of you are probably out of school by now and looking forward to the many joys of the summer season, or dreading the fact that you have 3 months of boredom ahead of you. But with the summertime comes a ton of opportunities to catch some awesome live music, including a few Ocarina concerts. Tinkstad and Rumble are a Grammy Award-winning ocarina and guitar duo from the US. Since 1985, they've recorded 18 albums together and continue to compose new music for ocarina fans worldwide. If you haven't seen these two perform live, you're in for an awesome treat. Tinkstad and Rumble will be touring towards the end of the summer, so to find out if they'll be in your area, you can check out their website or follow them on Facebook. If you're vacationing overseas, you may be able to catch some of the most famous ocarinists in the world, including the very first ocarina ensemble, the Grupo Ocarinistico Budris. The Grupo Ocarinistico Budris, or Bodrio Ocarina Group, was first formed back in 1863, just several years after the modern ocarina was invented in Bodrio, Italy. Attaining global fame for their unique sound and musical performances, they played at some of the most prestigious venues in the world, including the Crystal Palace in London, the Moulin Rouge in Paris, and Tsar's Court in St. Petersburg. The Bodrio Ocarina Group is kept alive today through 7 very talented ocarinists, including 2 of my favorite soloists, Emiliano Bernagozzi and Fabio Galliani. The Bodrio Group, which normally performs throughout Europe, is currently doing a tour in South Korea. For tour dates and to get a copy of their tour DVD, you can check out the link in the description. Finally, this next performer has had more impact on the ocarina's popularity than the last 5 Zelda games combined. Sojiro has been on the ocarina scene since 1985, when his music was featured in a documentary about the Great Yellow River on the Japanese television network NHK. The exposure from the miniseries broadcast the sounds of the ocarina into every home in Japan, exploding the ocarina's popularity throughout Asia. With dozens of ocarina recordings to his name, Sojiro has become somewhat of a rock star in Asia, selling out concert venues and inspiring thousands of ocarinists around the world. Sojiro has 2 performances this month on June 13th and June 27th. For more information about those events and about his music, you can visit his website at sojiro.net. In other news, we've had some developments with ocarina makers here in the West. Ocarina maker Chris Hewer, known as the man behind 6th Street Pottery, recently changed that title to 6th Street Ocarina, with a new website along with it. Here you can find Chris's signature 9, 10, and 12-hole ocarinas, including a brand new 12-hole Zelda replica with Taiwanese fingering style, and a very cool Triforce design. For more information on Chris and his collection, you can visit 6thstreetocarina.com. Those of you who live up north will be happy to hear that Canada has a new oc maker. Caro, that's C-A-R-O, recently started making ocarinas after falling in love with the instrument through Zelda Ocarina of Time. Boy, that sounds familiar. In addition to her version of the famous Zelda Ocarina, you'll also find various sized English pendant and transverse ocs, including some very cool dragon pendants. You can find out more about Caro's collection in French and English at ocarinacaro.com. As you saw in the opening clip, we have our own ocarina ensemble here in the States. Well-known U.S. ocarina maker Durian Songbird of Songbird Ocarinas recently pulled together a group of local ocarinists to participate in the annual Doo-Dah Parade in Pasadena, California. Performing such hits as Fun, Fun, Fun by the Beach Boys, Love Is All You Need from the Beatles, and even Stairway to Heaven, the group decided to stick together and call themselves the Songbird Ocarina Pipe Dream Ensemble. If you'd like to learn more about the group and how you can get involved with future events, contact the Songbird Workshop at info@songbirdocarina.com. For those of you who haven't had your fill of ocarina music, you might want to tune into this station. Ocarina distributors STL Ocarina recently started an internet radio station on Live 365, exclusively promoting, you guessed it, ocarina music. As of right now, most of the pieces come from albums and videos recorded by their representative, Heather Scott, or the STL Ocarina Trio. However, the site states that you can submit your own ocarina performances to be featured on the radio station. It's certainly an awesome step in raising Oc awareness, and if you'd like your recordings to be considered for airplay, check out the link in the description for more info. Speaking of STL, if you've been looking for a new double ocarina but would really like the range of a triple, why not get both in the same ocarina? Jordan, also known as Ocarevolutionary on the web, is the man who designed the Rupee and Destiny ocarinas sold through STL and has now brought us his new max range double, a double ocarina that is only one note shy of the triple's range. As you probably know, triple ocarinas tend to be very expensive, and because of this, many ocarinas have had to limit their repertoire to songs that fit within the 2-octave range of most double ocarinas. Thanks to this innovation, aspiring ocarinists will have a chance to play some of their favorite tunes without breaking the bank. Here's Jordan himself with a demo. As we've discussed in the past, there are some plastic ocarinas that just sound terrible, but now there's some plastic ocarinas that can give their wood and clay cousins a run for their money. World-famous ocarina manufacturers, Vocalink, also known as Fengya Pottery, just came out with their version of the plastic Alto C. Though there are several plastic ACs out there on the Asian market, including versions from Solist, Noble, and TNG Ocarina, early reports are saying that Vocalink's AC model is the best yet. Though several lucky ocarinas have gotten their hands on this model, it's yet to be released to the general public. To find out more, you can visit the Vocalink website for future updates on its release date. Finally, Charlie Hine has brought us some of the most beautiful and finely crafted ocarinas on the market, and now he's found a way to bring out the ocarina maker in all of us. If you've ever wanted to make your own ocarina, Charlie Hine and Gene Jameson of Jameson Woodworks have come together to bring us the very first do-it-yourself ocarina kit. With 3 wood types to choose from, including birch, walnut and padauk, and walnut and cherry, this could be the perfect summer project for you and a family member. This week we're looking at the Spencer Register Concert Alto C. This particular ocarina is the white, unglazed, hand-burnished version of his Concert AC, which also comes in an unglazed black finish and a green glazed finish. It's a 12-hole ocarina with the Japanese-style sub-holes, and a spot on the wind wave for a cord or neck strap. Here's a quick sound sample. What I love about Spencer's ocarina, in addition to its design, is its beautiful clear tone, especially in the higher parts of the range. Most Alto C ocarinas require a special technique called the acute bend to sound the high D, E, and F clearly, which ends up still sounding kind of muddy with most Alto C ocarinas. But Spencer has a patented design on the interior of this ocarina that eliminates that airy tone and gives you a beautiful sound throughout its range. You should also know that this is a Type 1 or even breath ocarina, meaning that it requires the same amount of breath pressure throughout its range to maintain pitch. These kinds of ocarinas are well suited for melodic type songs or songs that don't require drastic changes in its dynamics. With that said, I'd say this is a very professional quality ocarina that any ocarinist would love to have in his or her collection.
Hey guys, it's Mike, aka Here and Remade, and I'm here to give you some tips to get you started with making your own ocarina. So first things first, where do you buy clay and what kind do you need? Well, for starters, I don't recommend that you get anything other than actual ceramic clay. The air dry and the oven baked stuff just doesn't work out that well. If you don't have a pottery shop nearby you, there are a lot of places online that you can buy clay. I put a few links in the video description that you can check out to buy clay online if you need to. Next, you're going to need some tools. There are a lot of tools that come in handy, but I'm going to show you the ones that I think are the most important. So first off, you're going to need a rolling pin and 2 plastic hangers, and you can cut your hangers like this if you need to. It just takes up less space. Next, you'll need a small knife. If you have an actual fettling knife, great. If not, a cheap paring knife like this will work just fine. Next, a needle tool. You'll definitely want a needle tool, very useful. Often overlooked, sponge. You will be using sponge a lot. Next, you will need to start collecting straws and popsicle sticks. You'll want as many different sizes and shapes as you can get. And finally, drill bits. You're going to need these when you start cutting the finger holes for your ocarina, and again, you'll want as many sizes as you can get. Finally, I just wanted to give you guys some online resources that you can use to start reading up and researching on the basics of ocarina making. I put a couple links in the vid description for you to look at. I highly recommend that you read through Green Vertigo's tutorial a couple times before you ever make an ocarina. It really helps you understand the underlying concepts of making a musical instrument. So I think that's it. I hope this information was helpful to you. Be sure to stay tuned for the next episode of OcTalk for some more oc making tips. Thanks, guys.
People often ask me if I ever use ocarina tabs when I learn new songs, or if I plan on making tabs for my fans in the future. Unfortunately, I don't use ocarina tabs, and to be honest, I don't really like them. Tabs are really for people who don't know how to read music, and if you're a beginner who just wants to learn 2 or 3 songs to play for fun, that's perfectly fine. The problem is that each time you like to learn a new piece, you're going to be stuck looking for the tabs or asking someone to make them for you, which is a huge hindrance to your oc playing, and the goal is to get you playing as much as possible. If, however, you like to widen your ocarina skills and your repertoire, learning to read music will be a great help in finding your favorite songs and making you an all-around better musician. Reading music isn't very difficult, and it gets much easier with practice, so check out the links in the description to find out how you can get started. A user named GriffinSong off the OcTalk forums asks, what would be some handy tips on how to get oc awareness out there? I sometimes bring my dragon tooth about in my bag and then pull it out randomly and start playing, and when I look up, 20 odd people are gaping at me. Then I clam up. Well, you're already taking the biggest step in raising oc awareness, which is just taking your ocarina with you and performing around other people. So, awesome job with that. The problem, it sounds like, is just you're experiencing some basic stage fright. Don't worry, it's perfectly normal. Even the most talented and experienced musicians go through this. You'll never fully get over it, which is actually a good thing, because it keeps you on your toes. But the more you practice, the more confidence you'll get in yourself and in your playing skills, and the easier it'll become to perform in front of others, and you won't have to worry about clamming up. Other things people have done to make the ocarina more well-known is they've done class projects and papers on the ocarina and its history, they wear the ocarina around their neck when they go out, or just posting videos on YouTube of you performing your favorite songs. To learn and discuss how others are sharing the ocarina in their community, check out our forum at octalk.net/forum.
Hi, this is Turbo852, and David asked me to announce the weekly composition assignment challenge that I've been running on the OcTalk forums. Currently, we're in week 9, and this week's theme is going to be summer. So all you have to do to participate is write an original song for the ocarina that exemplifies summer to you. What we do is give bonus points for specific things, and this week we have bonus points for including a backtrack, making it over 30 seconds long, and including a performance style such as staccato, legato, or slur. Then the special challenge is going to be to include sections of the song that represent weather patterns that you might find in the summer. This can be anything like just hot and sunny, thunderstorms, tornadoes, or whatever you want. And then you can post it as sheet music, tabs, or even just an audio or video recording or a MIDI. You can also post a video response to this video. The next challenge will be starting on June 21st, so be ready.
For those of you who follow me on Facebook, you know I recently mentioned the new OcTalk podcast, and the first episode will be available for download this week on octalk.net. In this month's podcast, we'll be discussing the history of ocarinas in the military, the YouTube popularity battle between ocarinas and the ukulele, how to start your own ocarina guild, and I'll be doing a review of Spencer Register's new album, Ocarina Hymns. Also, if you'd like your questions to be answered in future podcast videos, just shoot an email to octalkquestions@gmail.com. Just make sure to make your email short and straight to the point. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the OcTalk forum.